The following live stream is for entertainment purposes only. This is just for fun. Keep in mind that internet speeds can and do vary, and StreamYard and YouTube chat windows are not always in sync. The first person to complain that their response did not appear first in the host chat window will be the first to be placed in timeout by a moderator. Again, this is just for fun.
Here we go. Next question. And remember, no phones, people. Playing an honest game. No phones. Okay, in what country... No phones. I'm seeing phones. In what country... No phones. I've been pretty cool about this so far. It's a gentleman's game. In what country can you find the monuments called... I see phones. I see... All right, you know what? That's it. Trivia night over. 3 cotton-picking weeks and no one's gotten a single answer wrong. Everyone's like, hey, settle down. We're not using our phones. I see you using your damn phones.
Hey everybody, welcome to Trivia Night. It's been a while. How's everyone doing tonight? Let's check the chat section here. Let's see who we got. We've got Beth from Miss 80s. We've got Phil in the chat. Can you guys hear me okay? Just give me a thumbs up or something. Let me know that you can hear me. Got Tom from the Undead of Night. Retro Reels Neil, our returning champion, looking for a three-peat. All right. So Neil says you can hear me loud and clear. Beth says she can hear me. All right, cool. Well, I think everyone is pretty much familiar with how gameplay will go. I'll read off some trivia questions and show some video clips. First person to get the response correct will get a point. And we are playing to 20 points. We're just playing for bragging rights. No prizes or anything.
Oh, what's that about?
It's a peanut gallery back here.
Hey, tell them how well I did.
I was giving her some of the trivia questions, and she said that they were pretty easy. So this might be a quick game. Because she's not even a horror fan, if she knew.
I love horror movies. I'm just not
a fanatic
like this one. Have fun, y'all.
All right. So we're playing to 20 points. First person to 20 wins the game. Again, Neil is our returning champion, looking for a three-peat. Please bear in mind that StreamYard and YouTube chat are not always in sync. So I will be basing my judging on what I see in StreamYard. It's not a bad idea that, during the stream to refresh your browser and to make sure you had the live chat on instead of the top chat. All right. As always, it's just for fun. So please be respectful of one another. I have no doubt this crew will play by the rules, but yeah. Anyways, here we go. We are going to start off first with trivia cards. We are going to be reading from some cards I got from my Secret Santa this past Christmas, Garage Geek. Again, these are pretty easy questions, so this might be a quick game. So it's going to be some fast fingers. All right, let's go. All right, question number 1. A horror novelist returns to his boyhood home and finds that it has been invaded by ghosts and ghouls in this 1985 movie. A horror novelist returns to his boyhood home and finds that it has been invaded by ghosts and ghouls. And Neil got it right with House. So point for Neil. Let me get a piece of paper so I can keep track of everyone's points. All right, so point for Neil. All right. We got Mary joining us. Hey, Mary, how are you? All right, next question. What does the photographer find lurking in the sewers in the 1984 movie Chud? What does the photographer find lurking in the sewers in the 1984 movie Chud? Tom says alligator. Neil got it with the cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. So that takes Neil to 2 points. Phil came in closely after that with the same answer. Beth, close. It wasn't Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. All right. This is going to be a quick fingers one, all right? So what is the name of the character in Poltergeist who says, "They're here"? What is the name of the character in Poltergeist who says, "They're here"? And Phil got that one with Carol Ann. So that takes Phil to 1 point. Mary Wilson got it correct. Neil got it correct. Good job. All right. Okay, next question. A group of young people are guided through an abandoned radioactive area in Russia in which 2012 film? A group of young people are guided through an abandoned radioactive area in Russia in which 2012 film? And Phil got that one right with Chernobyl Diaries. So Neil and Phil are both tied at 2 points. All right. Tom got it with Chernobyl as well. Next question. What Stephen King movie stars a teenager with a possessed 1958 Plymouth Fury? Fast fingers on this one. What Stephen King movie stars a teenager with a possessed 1958 Plymouth Fury? And Phil got that one first with Christine. So that takes Phil to 3 points. Mary Wilson says Christine. Beth says Christine. Neil says Christine. And Tom says Christine. So all of you got that one correct. Phil was first, so he gets the point. All right. What J.J. Abrams film had the tentative title 11808? What J.J. Abrams film had the tentative title 11808? And Phil got that one with Cloverfield. Neil said Super 8. Tom said Cloverfield. So Phil is in the lead with 4 points, with Neil behind with 2 points. What is the name of Broken Lizard's 2004 slasher film that was released after Super Troopers? I don't know this one. What is the name of Broken Lizard's 2004 slasher film that was released after Super Troopers? And Mary Wilson gets it right with Club Dread. Good job, Mary. So Mary is on the board with 1 point. Good job. All right. What European director of the classic 77 film Suspiria is also known as the Italian Hitchcock? What European director of the classic 1977 film Suspiria is also known as the Italian Hitchcock? And Phil comes in first with Dario Argento. Beth close after Phil, and Neil got that one as well. All right. Phil's in the lead with 5. Neil has 2 points, and Mary has 1. All right. What 2005 film starring Jennifer Connelly was based on a book by the author of the Ring trilogy? What 2005 film starring Jennifer Connelly was based on a book by the author of the Ring trilogy? And Neil comes in first with Dark Water. So that takes Neil to 3 points. Phil said Dark Water. Mary Wilson said Dark Water. And Tom said Creepers. Beth says their internet's slow because it's storming there. Oh, I guess I could take that off the screen. All right. What 1960s Gothic television soap opera depicted the lives of the wealthy Collins family and was made into a film starring Johnny Depp? What 1960s Gothic television soap opera depicted the lives of the wealthy Collins family and was remade into a film starring Johnny Depp? And Mary Wilson gets that one with Dark Shadows. So Mary's got 2 points. Phil says Take a Dark Shadows. Tom says Dark Shadows. And Retro Reel says Shadows. All right. Let's do a video clue. I'm going to show an image that's blurred, and the first person to guess who the character is before the image unblurs will get the point. And these are only short, like 15-second clips, so it's going to be fast fingers. All right, here we go. First one. And Phil was first with Megan. So that takes Phil to 6 points. Neil says Megan. Richard says that he's a bit late, but he wants to know what the score is. The score is currently 6 points for Phil. Neil is in second place with 3, and Mary's in third place with 2 points. Tom says Megan. Richard says Christine. All right, let's do another one of those. Fast Fingers wins this one as well. Here we go. All right. Phil says the collector. That wasn't correct. It was Brightburn. So point goes to Mary Wilson. So Mary and Neil are tied for second place with 3 points, and Phil is in the lead with 6. Beth said she almost guessed Carrie because of all the red pixels. Same from Richard. Phil says drat. All right, we'll go back to the trivia cards. All right. What 2016 movie finds a group of thieves trapped inside a house they are trying to rob, only to discover that the owner is not just blind, but he has a helpless victim in the basement? What 2016 film finds a group of thieves trapped inside a house that they're trying to rob and discover the owner is not just a blind, helpless victim? Phil says don't speak. That's not correct. Close. All right. Tom gets it with don't breathe. So point goes to Tom. Richard says don't breathe as well. And Phil says drat once again. All right. That's too easy. Okay. What body part was the creature after in the movies Jeepers Creepers? Neil is rooting for Mary to catch up with Phil. Phil got that one correct with the eyes. So that takes Phil to 7 points. And we still have a two-way tie with Mary and Neil with 3 points, and Tom is on the board with 1 point. All right, complete this quote. I ate his liver with some. I ate his liver with some. Mary says father beans. That's partially correct. Neil says fava beans. Phil says fava beans and a nice ciabatta. No. Richard got that one. No, farther beans and a nice Chianti. Beth got it. Fava beans and a nice Chianti. So Beth is on the board with 1 point. Okay. Richard says better pizza, better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. A nice change. Autocorrect, Mary. I'm guessing it was autocorrect, right? Stupid autocorrect. And we got Mr. Bones. Hey, Mr. Bones. Stupid spell check. It'll get you every time. So Beth is on the board. She and Tom both have 1 point. Neil and Mary are tied with 3 points for second place, and Phil is in the lead with 7. All right, next question. What are the names of the 2 priests in the movie The Exorcist? What are the names of the 2 priests that performed the exorcism on Reagan in The Exorcist? It wasn't Bill and Pete. Good guesses. It wasn't George Michael's song Father Figure. Richard says Karis and the Irish Guy. Phil says Marin and Harris. Nope. Cody's here. Phil got it with Marin and Karis. So it was Father Marin and Father Karis. So that takes Phil to 8 points. Cody, Phil is in the lead with 8 points, but I know you're good at this trivia stuff. So if you can catch him, he's the one to go after. Ancestor Marin. All right. Beth says, hey, Cody Joe. Cody says he'll try. All right. All right. What horror franchise centers around a group of survivors who escape death and are killed one by one in freak accidents? What horror franchise centers around a group of survivors who escape death and are killed one by one in freak accidents? All right, Cody comes in with guns blazing. It's Final Destination. Good job, Cody. So Cody's on the board with 1 point. There's a 3-way tie for third place between Tom, Beth, and Cody. Retro Reels and Mary are in second place with 3 points each, and Phil is in the lead with 8. You know, it's funny because my YouTube chat feed is updating quicker than my StreamYard, which is usually the opposite. Beth wants some more dollars. It's the ocean slowing things down. All right. Okay. Which movie box cover shows one of the title bad guys popping out of a toilet? Which movie box cover shows one of the bad guys popping out of a toilet? I'm going to give it to Phil with goalies. I knew what he meant. Cody came in after that with Ghoulies. So Phil is in the lead now with 9 points. All right. Next question. Which installment of Halloween did Jamie Lee Curtis and Janet Leigh star in together? Which installment of the Halloween franchise saw Jamie Lee Curtis and Janet Leigh starring together? And that one goes to Beth. So 2 points for Beth. Phil said H2O as well. Cody said H2O. Mary said H2O. Richard says H2O. All right. The next question. In the movie Aliens, why did Ripley not want to bring Bishop on the mission? In the movie Aliens, why was Ripley against bringing Bishop on the mission? And Mary gets it right with Robot. Neil says because of the previous droid. Phil says because of what the first droid did. Cody says she hated androids. Richard says the same. So Mary gets the point. That takes her to second place with 4 points. And Neil is in third with 3 points. Okay. These are easy questions. I'm trying to find some that are a little more difficult. Paris Hilton's on-screen demise was the primary draw for what 2005 remake? Paris Hilton's on-screen demise was the primary draw for what 2005 remake? And Phil got that one first with House of Wax. Taking Phil to 10 points. He's halfway there. All right, next question. Buster Keaton's granddaughter, Camille Keaton, starred in what controversial 1978 graphic revenge flick that was later made in 2010? Buster Keaton's granddaughter, Camille Keaton, starred in what controversial 1978 graphic revenge flick that was later remade in 2010? We got Tom quoting some Bon Jovi there. Phil says, sit on your grave, then corrects himself with spit. So Phil got the point there. Neil was close behind with spit on your grave. Richard says, I spit. And Mary says, spit on your grave as well. So Phil is in the lead with 11 points, with Mary behind by 7 points with 4 points, and Neil in third place with 3. All right, let's do another video clue. Name this movie. Any guesses? And Richard gets the point with Deadly Friend. So Richard is on the board now. Our current standings are Phil's in the lead with 11 points. Mary's in second with 4. Neil has 3 points. Beth has 2 points. And then Tom, Richard, and Cody each have a point apiece. All right, we'll do another video here. Name this movie. All right, Phil was first with Dr. Giggles. Cody was close. Dr. Giggles. Mary says The Dentist. And Richard says Dr. Giggles as well. So point goes to Phil, taking him to 12. We'll do one more video clip. Beth, you still out there? Okay. Neil's blaming the internet connection. All right, I'm going to show you 3 tiles, and these tiles are clues. I want you to let me know what the movie is based on these 3 tiles. So I'll show that again. There was a church, a semi, and that was Link from the video game Zelda. It's not Maximum Overdrive. So there was the church, a semi, and Zelda. Church, semi, and Zelda. Not Midnight Mass. Not Omen. Cody gets it with Pet Cemetery. So Church was the name of the cat. Semi is who ran over Gage, and Zelda was the sister. All right. So point goes to Cody, taking him to 2 points. He and Beth are tied with 2 points. All right, we'll do another one of those. This one will probably be a little bit easier now that you know what I'm looking for. So here we go. Mannequin. All right, point goes to Phil. It was the movie Maniac. That was a mannequin head, a scalpel, and Frodo was played by Elijah Wood, who played in the remake of Maniac. So point goes to Phil, taking him to 13. We'll do one more of those. All right, here we go. right, so that was a breath, a troll, and a cat, and Cody got it correct with cat's eye. Good job, Cody. We'll do one more, and then we'll go back to the trivia questions. Let's see here. There we go. It was The Thing. Cody was the first one to get that one correct, taking Cody to 4 points. He and Mary are tied for second place with 4 points apiece. Phil is still in the lead with 13, and Neil is in third place with 3 points. Are you guys liking these? Are they throwing you off? All right, we'll do one more, and then we'll go back to the trivia questions. All right. Let's try this one here. That was a donkey, also known as an ass, some chewing gum, and the sunglasses. And Phil got that one right with They Live. Beth came in close afterwards with They Live. Richard said that They Live, and so did Cody. Good job, everybody. All right, so we'll go back to the trivia cards now. All right, what 2010 horror film contains a sun that astral projected into a realm called The Further? What 2010 horror film contains a sun that astral projected into a realm called The Further? All right, we've got Phil with the correct answer, Insidious. That takes Phil to 15. All right, what actress plays Elizabeth in the 1980 movie The Fog? What actress plays Elizabeth in the 1980 movie The Fog? All right, Phil was first with that one with Jamie Lee Curtis. Richard came in closely afterwards. So that takes Phil to 16. Phil's got a huge lead over everyone else. He is 12 points ahead of Mary and Cody, who each have 4 points, and Neil with 3 points. Beth is holding at 2 points, and Tom and Richard each have 1 point apiece. All right. The female lead in this film finds herself followed by an invisible force after sleeping with her boyfriend. The female lead in this film finds herself being followed by an invisible force after sleeping with her boyfriend. All right. Cody was first on that one. That takes Cody to 5 points. All right. That's too easy. Name the movie with the tagline, "In space, no one can eat ice cream." Name the movie with the tagline, "In space, no one can eat ice cream." All right, Cody was quick on the draw with that one, taking Cody to 6 points. He trails Phil by 10 points. All right. Phil said Killer Clowns. Tom says Spaceballs. Neil says Killer Clowns. And Richard says Killer Clowns. All right. Who is the actress who portrayed the young vampire Claudia in the 1994 movie Interview with the Vampire? Who played Claudia in the 1994 movie Interview with the Vampire? It was not Winona Ryder. Neil gets it correct with Kirsten Dunst, taking Neil to 4 points. Beth got it right with Kirsten Dunst as well. Richard said Kirsten Dunst, and still Phil sticking with Winona Ryder. You're thinking of Bram Stoker's Dracula. She played Elizabeth. All right. Sticking with vampires, what 2008 vampire movie was filmed and set in Sweden? What 2008 vampire movie was filmed and set in Sweden? All right. And Tom was first with that one. Let the right one in. All right. Tom is tied with Beth with 2 points. Neil and Mary have 4 points, so they're in third place. Cody is in second place with 6 points, and Phil is in the lead with 16 points. All right. Where do the survivors in Dawn of the Dead take refuge? Beth, you win sympathy. I'm looking for the name of the mall, Phil. Where do the survivors in Dawn of the Dead take refuge? And Phil gets it. I'm sorry, not Phil. Cody gets it with Monroeville Mall. So it takes Cody to 7. Phil said Monroeville Mall. Drat. Hey, we got Heroic Waffles here. Hey, Michael. We are playing trivia. Phil is currently in the lead with 16 points. Neil and Mary are both tied for second place. I'm sorry, Cody's in second place with 7 points, and Neil and Mary are in third place with 4 points. All right, next question. What actress played Claire Spencer in the movie What Lies Beneath? What actress played Claire Spencer in the movie What Lies Beneath? Fun fact, I saw that movie on my honeymoon in 2000. All right, Neil comes in with Michelle Pfeiffer. That is correct. That takes Neil to 5 points. Mary Wilson said Pfeiffer. Richard said Pfeiffer. Phil said Pfeiffer. Cody said Pfeiffer. All right, good job. All right, what 2013 Del Toro film features a young couple who take in their 2 feral nieces and a supernatural spirit? What 2013 Guillermo del Toro film features a young couple who take in their 2 feral nieces and a supernatural spirit? And Phil gets it with Mama. Taking Phil to 17 points. He's just 3 away from winning the game. Let's see. We had Shape of Water as a guess from Richard. Neil said Pan's Labyrinth. And Cody said Hellboy. All right. Let's do another pixelated image. Name this movie. All right, Cody was first with Return of the Living Dead. Neil says ROTLD. Phil says Return of the Living Dead. Richard says Return of Dead. Tom says Return of the Living Dead. And we've got Ricky in the house, us only. He says 78 Halloween. Very close, Rick, but not quite. So point goes to Cody, taking him to 8 points. All right. In the movie Predator, what substance conceals the character Dutch from the creature? In the movie Predator, what substance conceals the character Dutch from the creature? Oh, we have one of our champions back in. We have Casey, and Casey gets the point with mud. All right, so we have all of our returning champions. We have Casey, who won first. We have Beth, who's a champion, and then we have Neil, who is a double champion. So it's looking like we might be having a tournament of champions soon. If Phil can pull this off, we'll have 4 people that can possibly join me next month for a panel and where they'll face off against one another. That'd be fun. All right. Casey with the point. All right. All right. What is the name of the family pet in the movie The Lost Boys? What is the name of the family pet in the movie The Lost Boys? I had a feeling Beth would get that one, and Beth got it with Nanook. So Beth now has 3 points. Neil says dog. Phil says Nanook. All right, here's another Lost Boy trivia question. This is completely off the top of my head. In the movie Lost Boys, there is a poster hanging on the inside of Sam's closet. Who is the heartthrob on the poster? And Mary Wilson gets it with Rob Lowe. So that takes Mary to 5 points. Good job. Yeah, I think that poster may have caused some people to question Sam's sexuality because he wore the flashy clothes as well. And I believe the director was a gay person as well. So I don't know. All right. Beth said Rob Lowe. Phil said Rob Lowe. Okay, what 2014 movie involves a story of two siblings battling a supernatural mirror? Just watch this the other night. What 2014 movie involves a story of two siblings battling a supernatural mirror? All right, Phil got that one. It was Oculus. So that takes Phil to 18 points. All right, this is going to be a fast fingers. What is the name of the charter boat used to chase down Jaws? What is the name of the charter boat used to chase down Jaws? Hey, we got Slim in the house. We got Hobbs. How's it going, guys? All right, Cody was first with the correct response. It was the Orca. So that takes Cody to 9. Phil said the Orca as well. Neil says Orca. Beth says Orca. Slim says it's good, or Richard says it's good to see you, Slim. Slim says hi to everybody. All right. That's too easy. All right. Which Carrie star also played Linda in the original 1978 film Halloween? Which Carrie star also played Linda in the 1978 film Halloween? I actually met her last year. All right. Phil was first with PJ Souls. Neil says Jamie Lee Curtis. Cody says Nancy Loomis. Beth had it with PJ Souls as well. And Richard said PJ. All right, so Phil has 19 points. He is 1 point away from being our new champion. Let's go back to our video clues. All right, let's see here. Name this movie. I'll show it one more time. All right. So Neil says Disturbia. Phil says Fright Night. Neil says Fright Night. Richard said Fright Night. Mary Wilson said Fright Night. Phil was the first one to guess correctly, so that takes him to 20 points. So Phil is tonight's champion. Congratulations, Phil. Phil has been very close to taking out Neil a couple times, but Neil has always been able to just eke out the win. So congrats, Phil. So we now have 4 champions. I think it would be fun maybe next month or possibly May to have a tournament of champions. The way I see it working is I would have the 4, Casey, Beth, Neil, and Phil on to battle it out. I would read off questions, and you guys and gals would write down your answers on a piece of paper or maybe a dry erase whiteboard. Show your answers at the same time. So everyone who gets the correct answer will get a point, and then we would play to 20. So let me know your thoughts. I think it'd be fun to do. And I think with the Tournament of Champions, there should be a prize. So I would give the ultimate champion a prize package. All right. So congrats, Phil. You are our new champion. We've only been going for an hour. I'm happy to keep going if you guys want to still just do some trivia for fun. Go for maybe another half an hour or so. I know it's late over there where you are, Neil. All right, we'll keep going. We'll do some more trivia cards. All right. In what 1989 movie did Fred Gwynne tell his neighbor how he can make his son Gage live again? In what 1989 movie did Fred Gwynne tell his neighbor how he could make his son Gage live again? And Neil was first with Pet Sematary. Cody was second. Phil says Pet Sematary. Beth says Pet Sematary. Tom says Pet Sematary. And Richard. All right, good job. What 1978 horror comedy by Joe Dante is a parody of the movie Jaws? What 1978 horror comedy by Joe Dante is a parody of the movie Jaws? And you got that one with Piranha. Cool. All right. These are easy questions. What 2011 film was the first horror movie directed by Kevin Smith? What 2011 film was the first horror movie directed by Kevin Smith? I've not seen this movie, but Cody was right with Red State. Phil says Tusk. Cody didn't like Red State. Casey says Cop Out. Richard said that Red State was cool. So got varying opinions in the chat tonight. I haven't seen it, so I'm not even sure what it's about. I'm not the biggest Kevin Smith fan, if I'm being honest. All right, next question. How do the aliens plan to conquer the planet in Plan 9 from outer space? How do the aliens plan to conquer the planet in Plan 9 from outer space? Cody says on guard. He says by making a horrible movie. Yeah, I've not seen that one either, but I hear it's one of the worst movies ever. Neil says by revising Plan 8. Good guess. The correct answer is by resurrecting the dead. All right, moving on. What iconic horror movie actor appeared in the opening sequence of the 2006 film Hatchet? I knew that one. What iconic horror movie actor appeared in the opening sequence of the 2006 film Hatchet? Phil got it with Robert Englund. Richard said Tony Todd. Neil said Kane Hodder. Casey said Tony Todd. It was Robert Englund. All right. What are the names of the demon hunting brothers in the TV series Supernatural? What are the names of the demon hunting brothers in the TV series Supernatural? Neil says Bill and Ben. Nope. Richard says Winchester. That's correct. That is their surname. Sam and Dean is correct. So Richard gets the point for that one, even though we're not playing anymore, but give me a point anyways. All right. All right. Who is the actual father in the movie Rosemary's Baby? Who is the actual father in the movie Rosemary's Baby? Could it be Satan? It is. It was Satan. All right. Yep, it was the devil. So Tom says Satan. Phil says Satan. Richard says the devil. And so does Cody. All right. What movie franchise that began in 2004 featured torturous traps, self-amputations, and buckets full of blood? What movie franchise that began in 2004 featured torturous traps, self-amputations, and buckets full of blood? It was Saw. Phil says Saw. Neil says Saw. Casey said Saw. Cody, Richard. All right. What's in the box? Name the movie. What's in the box? All right. Cody says 7. Casey says 7. Neil says 7. Phil says second. All right, that was it. What 2012 film stars Ethan Hawke as a true crime writer and featured a demon named Bagul? Great movie. What 2012 film stars Ethan Hawke as a true crime writer and featured a demon named Bagul? It wasn't Insidious. It was Sinister. So Phil got that one right. Richard got it right. Casey's remembering correctly now. All right. What 2016 film centers around a father and son coroners investigating the death of an unidentified, beautiful female corpse? Another great movie. What 2016 film centers around a father and son coroners investigating the death of an unidentified, beautiful female corpse? It wasn't My Girl. Good guess. Tom got it right with Autopsy of Jane Doe. Phil got it correctly. Got it correct also. Richard got that one as well. Good movie. All right, take care, Cody. All right. What 1983 slasher film ended with a gender-bending twist by the lakeside? What 1983 slasher film ended with a gender-bending twist by the lakeside? Clue. All right. Casey got that one with Sleepaway Camp. Neil says Sleepaway Camp. Phil, Richard, and Tom. Good job. All right. In the movie Invasion of the Body Snatchers, what activity are the survivors most afraid of? In the movie Invasion of the Body Snatchers, what activity are the survivors most afraid of? Wasn't gardening, according to this trivia card. Sleeping is correct. Well, Beth signing off, saying goodnight. Swimming, badminton. Good guess there, Neil. Hey, Junior. We finished our game. Our winner tonight was Phil from Phil's Creepy Videos. We're just playing out just for the heck of it. All right. What 2006 horror film about an alien plague was directed by Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn? What 2006 horror film about an alien plague was directed by Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn? Right, everyone's saying goodnight to Beth. And Richard got that one with Slither. All right, I think I had a few more of those trivia tiles. Let's do this one here. Got a kid jump roping. Got a fire. and a fedora. All right, it was A Nightmare on Elm Street. Casey got that one first. Neil says Elm Street. Tom guessed Firestarter. Richard says Elm Street. And Junior says Nightmare on Elm Street. Good job. We'll do one more. I don't think we covered this one yet. We've got an American flag, a TV, and ghosts. It was Poltergeist. It looks like Tom guessed that one correct. Right. Neil got it as well. Okay, we'll do one more of those. Got Peter Pan, a carousel, and Chinese food. Peter Pan, who never grew old. A carousel, and Chinese noodles. Any guesses? It wasn't Cocoon. Richard got it with Lost Boys. All right. All right, let's do a few more trivia questions. See, several people are starting to sign off. Hey, we had Big Trouble in Little China. Good guess. All right. What Spanish found footage film centers on a reporter and her cameraman trapped in a building whose occupants show animalistic and murderous behavior? I haven't seen that movie. What Spanish found footage film centers around a reporter and her cameraman trapped in a building whose occupants show animalistic and murderous behavior? And Tom got that one with Wreck. I haven't seen Wreck. Is that a good movie? Worth checking out? Neil says he's recommends it, but I'm bump. Sequels weren't so good, according to Richard. Hey, David, are those your images in game idea? The tiles, you mean? Yeah, those were ones that I put together. Yep. Okay, what TV show remake is based on a 1985 movie starring Michael J. Fox as a high school basketball player? What TV show remake is based on a 1985 movie starring Michael J. Fox as a high school basketball player? And Neil got it with Teen Wolf. Richard and Casey guessed Teen Wolf as well. All right, we'll do a couple more and then we'll wrap things up. Based on a book by Jay Anson, what 2005 supernatural remake stars Ryan Reynolds and Melissa George? Just saying. Based on a book by Jay Anson, what 2005 supernatural remake stars Ryan Reynolds and Melissa George? And Tom gets it with Amityville Horror. It says Amityville. Tom said he read it just last week. Is the book better than the movie? All right. We'll make this the last card. What 1958 creature feature starred Steve McQueen in his first role? What 1958 creature feature starred Steve McQueen in his first role? And Casey got it with The Blob. Richard says The Blob. Tom says The Blob. All right, last one. What 2012 slasher film is a story about an annual ritual sacrifice to appease the Ancient Ones? What 2012 slasher film is a story about an annual ritual sacrifice to appease the Ancient Ones? Neil says Wicker Man. That's not correct. This movie starred a young Thor. I can't think of the actor's name. And Casey got it. It was Cabin in the Woods. Good job. All right, everybody. This was a lot of fun. Casey, Phil, Neil, let me know if you guys would be interested in coming on next month or maybe in May and having a face-off so we can declare who our overall ultimate champion is. There would be a prize package sent to the winner. We can work things out. If you guys are at all interested, let me know. Thanks to everyone else who took part in tonight's.
Can you say it again?
Echo, stop. Thanks to everyone else who came out and participated. This was a lot of fun. These questions are really easy, I felt like. So, I don't know, maybe I'll have to find a little bit harder ones next time. Make this last a little bit longer. All right, everyone take care and look forward to hosting again next month. Good night.